Hey guys, what is happening? It's RipperX. Well, today we're going to be talking about Chronicles of Elyria. This is number 1 on our games list, I think for multiple reasons. If you've done any research into Chronicles of Elyria, very quickly you realize that some of the features in this game have never been done before, are completely unique, and absolutely exciting to think about inside of a game. Something that really kind of got me going this morning was Jeremy Walsh's latest dev journal on our site about identity, disguises, and reputation. I'm going to post this dev journal below this video, but if you guys don't want to read and just want to listen, I'm going to read some of it here as well. I'm also going to post some pictures and screenshots of Chronicles of Elyria. I'm definitely hyped about this game. I don't believe this is going to be released until 2016. I'm not sure how the beta is going to work. But anyways, let's go over the dev journal from today. Jeremy's dev journal, again, talks about identity, disguises, and reputation. In Chronicles of Elyria, a character and their identity are two separate things. The character represents the physical body, while the identity represents the intangible parts, such as the character's name, reputation, and persona. And, much as in our world, in Chronicles of Elyria, a character's identity is never displayed by default. When you approach a character you've never encountered before, there's no floating nameplate above their head that identifies who they are, what class they are, or any other information. The same is true for you. When you first enter a new town, nobody around you will have the slightest idea who you are. Now, to go beyond that place of mystery, you'll need to introduce yourself to someone or ask them to introduce themselves to you. Both of these can be done through the UI in a way similar to how you challenge someone to a duel in most MMOs. If you ask someone to introduce themselves and they accept, you'll be shown for a short while the information that they were willing to share above their character. If they decline, they'll continue to be a nameless stranger on your screen. Once you've talked to another character, though, or you've done business with them a couple of times, you'll perceptually see the floating nameplate above their head. Now, contracts, both explicit and implicit, are agreements made between identities. That is, characters sign the contract with their name when they explicitly agree to it. And if someone breaks a law, it is the identity of the character that broke the law that people will be looking for. However, what if there was a way for you to fake an identity, to cease to exist entirely, or maybe even take on the identity of someone else? Doing so would allow you to avoid having to fulfill your end of a contract, dodge sheriffs indefinitely, or maybe even frame someone else. As seen in last week's design journal on equipment and inventory, the in-game character sheet has a drop-down box which, much like how other games let you select your currently active title, lets you select your currently active identity. This controls several things, such as which name you'll provide when you introduce yourself, which title, if any, you wish to introduce yourself as, and most importantly, which disguise you want to use. Before you can select between multiple identities, you first have to create additional identities. Identities are created by forging the appropriate documents and, where necessary, having the appropriate disguise. This involves both the forgery skill as well as the disguise skill. Both are in the deviant skill tree and both are illegal. If you're caught with forged documents or your disguise is seen through, you could be on the hook for everything you did while under that guise of your alternate identity. And that's in addition to any jail time you face for creating false identities. So what are the good legal reasons to create a fake identity? Well, there aren't really any. At best, you may be using an alternate identity to commit corporate espionage and steal trade secrets from a reputable guild. At worst, you may be a famous assassin bouncing between identities like tennis balls on a tennis court. In either case, having multiple identities generally means you're up to no good. Disguises aren't always necessary, but when used dramatically reduce the likelihood of someone detecting your false identity. To use a disguise, you must first create one. There are two different ways to create a disguise, from scratch and from a model. Of the two, creating a disguise from scratch is the easiest, most common, and least dangerous. To create a disguise from scratch, you simply put on the appropriate wig, hair, style, clothing, etc., and then bind it to a disguise kit. The more skilled you are making disguises, the more pieces you can add to your kit. Initially, you may only be able to put on a wig, then maybe contacts, but eventually you can mask almost all of your recognizable features. Well, my friends, there's a lot more awesome information in this devlog. I'm going to post the link to the devlog below this video. Definitely worth checking out. Jeremy talks more about the disguises, fake IDs, reputation and fame, So obviously very exciting nonetheless. So let me know what you guys think below in the comments. And again, it's always great to get discussion and see what you guys think. As always, more information, dev blogs, and more here at MMORPG.com. Chronicles of Elyria is more refreshing than a tall glass of lemonade, ice cold lemonade that is. Very exciting to see this progress. As always, thank you so much for your time, guys, and we will see you soon.